Manipur, like many other states in the northeast, has got very clear ethnic lines. In some ways, it's a bit like Africa. And one of the big mistakes that Biren Singh did earlier this year was to walk out of the tripartite agreement unilaterally. The Kuki government employees have all gone back to the hills because the Kukis were originally the inhabitants of the hills. The Meitei government officials have all come back to the plains. So it's just completely split. And like all other instances of violence in the northeast, it's very difficult to reach peace, but it's very, very easy to let things spiral out of control, and that's exactly what seems to have happened. The important thing here is to understand that someone has to be accountable for all this, and the people who are accountable for this, who are really responsible for this, are the state government. It's now 2 months since the first incidents of violence happened. That was on May 3rd. But it was building up for quite some time before that. Manipur, like many other states in the northeast, has got very clear ethnic lines, and in some ways it's a bit like Africa. Right? The big problem in Africa, for instance, was that, or the reason why Africa saw as many civil wars and continues to see as many civil wars as it does is because all the borders are straight lines. The borders are straight lines because that's how the colonial powers split the countries between themselves. But when they did that, part of an ethnic group or a tribe went to one country, what became one country, and the other part became another country. And when the colonial powers left and these countries became independent, these ethnic groups wanted to come together. So there was civil war. They wanted to merge, they wanted to demerge, they wanted to do all kinds of things. And the northeast doesn't have straight lines as borders. That's not what I meant. But in terms of the ethnic grouping, there is a significant similarity. And the battle lines, or the divisions between these ethnic groups are deep, and they go back generations. So the good thing is, when you get peace in the northeast, you should do